Hello,
Hey.
everybody. People,
Rianne.
Caleb, friends, family.
We are here to do
Our paragraph of the day.
paragraph 11. Caleb's going to give me my bedtime story before I retire for the evening, and I'll let him read it.
She has a hard time sleeping, so I have to read her to sleep.
We'll get on with business. I like the depth of his voice. It's relaxing.
Like Morgan Freeman, not quite. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Not quite Morgan Freeman, but okay.
Yeah, he's special.
Oh, so are you.
How much peace we have in our life is the scale of measurement we should use to determine or measure our decision making. Although I don't think that donut's going to be very peaceful in the long run, so I won't decide on that. Every decision based on trust makes a more peaceful world, unless that donut's really trustworthy. For the world we live in is a reflection of our peace or turmoil within ourselves. Every time we make a decision aligned with our heart, we tap into our power and release a potent and invisible energy into the world that not only allows us to benefit from this energy, that not only allows us to benefit from this energy, but also helps to give others the strength and courage to overcome struggles in order to follow the path their heart is leading them. Interesting. This is how the world will change as a whole for the better. The power within us is the power of the universe. We orchestrate the energy in the universe with every decision we make. And remember, the conductor turns his back on the crowd to lead the orchestra. So turn your back on those people or things or animals to do what you need to do. That is why it is so important not to make decisions based on fear, for this is the energy we release into the universe to fill our world. So, if you're not making decisions out of realistically orgasmic bliss, then you got to question what kind of decisions you're making. Hey Lauren, how are you?
Lauren, this is chapter 11, coincidentally. I just took her course yesterday on 11, so that's why I mentioned that.
I see a lot of 11s, 11.
All right, go on.
The power released when we make a decision based on trust and of the heart have eternal implications. What's that mean? Implications.
Implications. It has.
Tell me about the eternal heart implications.
It's got more power and potency and implications. It can affect so many more things than you can imagine, and it's eternal. Energy is eternal. One decision has eternal implications, meaning all of our multi-dimensions, all of our realities that we have. Like last night.
Butterfly effect?
Yeah, and like when we did your healing session last night.
Like the ripple in the water?
I decided to do your healing yesterday, which we shared on, if you guys are interested in seeing his session revealed. But because I chose that, Caleb, that clearing and activating of your energy isn't just affecting Caleb sitting here, it's affecting all your multidimensional realities. That's eternal implications. Infinite realities and potentials based on one decision.
So trust in the heart will unravel these knotted internal implications, is what you're telling me?
Trust in the heart, and it will unravel. It will give you a clearer conduit of pure positive energy flow in all your realms. Yes.
And you want to know why?
Why?
Because energy does not die. It is merely transformed.
Energy does not die. It's just...
So?
Oh my God. So... Lauren says she's all right. I have a lot of crown and solar plexus issues today. It's funny you mentioned that, Lauren, because I've been unstable in my crown chakra today,
Have
kind
you
of
not-
dizzy
Have
a
you
little
not been,
bit.
Have you both not been wearing your crown and making queen-like decisions?
Or we have. I thought you were going to say, have we not been drinking our water?
Or
I'm
your
doing better
or your
now.
crown
That's good.
or your crown royal?
I haven't felt it in my solar plexus, more my heart, and up here. Okay, so what are you going to say? I'm sorry to interrupt your
I don't
chapter
even
11.
know.
But and eternal implications too. 11 is a power number, which I learned. But that makes sense that it's eternal implications, because in the 1-1, what choice you make here, say the 1-1, the other one affects eternally all the other realms. That's a good way to look at it too. All right, go on. Sorry.
Solar plexus. Yes, isn't that yellow ray active? So you should be
Yeah.
eating your bananas. BANANAS. The shit is bananas. So eat your bananas.
Did you go for a walk today? I know that yesterday you said you were super tired from walking a mile, because that'll help move your energy too whenever you have those energies, and help to ground you when you are walking.
Good Lord, nobody could probably walk a mile in your shoes, Lauren, or for 1 minute in mine, for that matter. But that's besides the point.
All right, chapter 11. So the crux of it is.
Oh man, I wouldn't walk in Crocs.
Mythos only wears Crocs.
They're
Yellow
so
Crocs.
efficient.
Yellow Crocs.
Sorry, the Crocs.
The Crocs. The crux of it is saying the choices you make or don't make in alignment to yourself or in your heart, and trust in that, is always reflected in the outside world. So every decision that is based in your heart, out of trust, even though you might not understand it, you don't need to know how it's going to turn out, but the decisions that you have made are shown in the outside world. It is shown through either the turmoil that you're focused on, or the peace of Mother Earth and nature that you're focused on. And every time you make a decision based in your heart and trust, you do emit a frequency, because we're all connected, so it affects all. And the world is our beautiful gift of a mirror. It helps our mirror
Cleanse and purify.
cleanse and purify that purified reflection back of us. It helps the energy that we are emitting every time we make a decision in the heart based in trust. Helps others also to tap into that energy that we are emitting. If you want to look at it just like in our physical world and not get too far out there, we have a frequency. All of our hearts are, he had a few bananas, all of our hearts are connected. They're always communicating. Like Caleb sitting here and me, even though we don't hear our hearts talking, our energy is communicating.
Well, actually, there's only one heartbeat in every single moment, because everything has presence, everything has isness, and everything is a level of consciousness, whether it's 1, 2, or 3D, which we're in all the way up to the 9th density. So if you actually believe and see everything as having one heartbeat, me, you, the dog, Wokey, the carpet, which is one.
I know, but we have the
So
we're having the perception of separation
Duality.
of individual experiences.
But you're expressing the truth, which is singularity, and everything having in synchronized heartbeats, when actually you can take a step further and everything is actually one heartbeat.
Yes, you can say everything is one heartbeat, but we perceive different hearts. So when you make a decision,
Perceive, which is still a belief.
okay, so when I make a decision based in my heart, it elevates my frequency and it affects the world. So people that are focused on all the wars, the conflict, what's wrong with the world, that is just, I believe, a reflection of
good Lord.
their unpeace.
Don't get me started.
Of not really being able to go higher in their perception to see, or at least to trust that things are all working out. All is in divine timing. All is happening as it should for a higher
Expanded,
outcome.
aware of consciousness.
Yeah.
Well,
Like sometimes if you're feeling a lot of turmoil within, you might witness a cat fight, or dogs, like getting attacked by a dog while you're out walking. I remember I've gotten attacked twice running. Not attacked, but nipped in the butt, where they actually cut flesh when I was running.
and you're like, oh, that hurt so good.
If I look at my state of being as I was running, I probably was running some sort of not conflict per se, but unbalanced energy on within me, and I was trying to probably figure it out, because I do that a lot when I'm running, and those dogs nipping my butt were just a reflection of that inner turmoil that I was experiencing in the moment. So it can be something little like that. But as far as the collective and what's going on as a collective in the outside world, say countries, governments, and all that, that is more the collective energy, the big energy. So we'll see a certain energy within our own little world of what we are feeling within.
If you're even remotely aware, let alone not being aware of the collective reflection and what the collective sleeping souls or yet to or challengingly wanting to wake up souls are perceiving.
So, well, they might just be living more on, they're still living more on autopilot and plugged in to the system. But even those, you always will see it reflected in your outside world. But when you feel you don't relate to the collective, you're probably one of those that don't tap into the news, aren't focused on that. Because there's still that collective consciousness happening beyond you, but your focus won't be on that. You won't be aware of what's going on, but you still will be aware of your world. But even though that might seem like a selfish thing to live in unawareness of the collective, it's actually very beneficial, because as you're aware of your own individual world and you're focusing on the positive vibes, making good decisions, doing your best to align to your heart energy, that emits all that beautiful high frequency into the rest of the world. And as more and more of us do that, the collective frequency does change, and that's when things happen instantaneously. Like when the wall came down a long time ago, like out of nowhere, and people were shocked. What was that called? Convergence, or I can't remember the name of that, but it happened when the wall came down, and there was a lot of rejoicing. And anyways, you'll see like leaders overthrown out of nowhere when that collective reaches a point that that line of demarcation where the tipping point is just slightly higher, you will see massive changes in an instant. So it is very, very, very important to focus on your heart energy and to base your decisions in your heart, because it has eternal implications.
Energy.
And that's how we transform the energy.
Yeah.
Because the energy, like he read in the paragraph.
Lauren, she's so historical.
You don't. Berlin Wall, thank you. I go blank, Lauren. It's like I feel all the feelings and my mind is at a loss for the simplest of words. Because the feeling, I think, and the frequencies that I feel are above the vocabulary, because I can't think. And I love it when listeners tell me things. Like, I couldn't think of Impressionist art the other day, and Stephanie said, no, Impressionist. And I'm like, oh, that's that kind of art. That's right. So yeah, thank you. The Berlin Wall in 1989. Yeah, I remember that. And it was a big thing. And isn't that the same thing as the fall of communism in the Soviet Union or Russia? I'm really showing my stupidity now.
How about the fall of Troy? I know that's a really great band, but what was the fall of Troy? I think that's something
that was like
Rome.
way back.
But I want to address something, Lauren. So every so often you get these energetic knots within your spirit, mind, body complex. As things are going really well, new knots will arise, which are old energy knots, really. So when
presenting themselves?
Yeah, so as they do arise, because things are going really good, and you got to go into a little dip, and of course, how you face adversity or smile in the face of adversity changes everything, but how you actually transcend that, because they will continue to come up as you continue to grow and evolve into your higher self, whether you were abused as a little child or, like you said, maybe parental challenges. They will continue to rise. It doesn't matter. And rising tides benefit all ships, but as the ships rise with the tide, there's going to be continual storms that you need to weather through in the best way. Okay, uneasy feelings. They don't have to be knots. However you want. It
depends. I guess it depends on the person and the circumstances. Some might feel knotted, but yeah, I think what it is denser energies releasing. Because as you release one layer of dense energy, bang, you might have had some underneath denser energies that all of a sudden have the room to come forward. Like you were saying, get rid of one, and then like a little like a pimple coming to head.
The surface, yeah, and exactly. In the best way to not make a mess is to let it be and not attack it and try to control it.
Because that
can your face.
Because that can inflame it.
So whatever the perceived feelings, you're not feeling well. You don't got to call them energy knots. Take it as you will. Make it your own. Leave the rest.
At least there was no diarrhea.
Which can be a very fulfilling and pleasurable act of
A
releasing.
good way of releasing some shit, literally.
So, my point is, when the knot comes up, not the knot, but when something
she
comes
usually
up,
gets it when it happens.
the best, so
You're releasing. But a lot of people will have the runs and have to go to the bathroom, and you're right, before they,
they're running from something, but there's no holding it back.
No, it's your body kind of cleansing its natural way. It's a body, there's so much pressure and then it comes out. Like before someone has to perform or go on stage or go live, a lot of times they'll have to run to the bathroom because the energy's building, but it's also releasing that energy that isn't needed. So what can come forth more clear.
Well, okay, so I don't believe in conclusions or endings. However, in order to transcend whatever the feeling or current undesired state is that arises through your spiritual journey and elevation, the best way is to sit back in your awareness and realize this bodily mechanical expression is witnessing this. I'm ultimately fine. And let it express and be, and let it unfold and take care of itself, and then boom, you're back up.
I don't even know where this came from.
She was talking about
How did we get on this subject?
Some solar plexus,
okay.
crown issues. And the reason I say energy is because ultimately if we're talking about the solar plexus and the crown, we're talking about the chakras, which is all energy. So that's kind of where my terms stemmed from. But that's only my terms. Doesn't really matter.
I think since I did my healing on you last night, your mood has elevated. You seem a little more elevated. That's beautiful.
Well, for a long time, so when I kind of woke up, I woke up to the fact that everything's inside me. And when I used to live completely lost in the external world, flip-flopping around like a really friendly, genuinely loving fool, for lack of better words, a sheep jumping around on the trampoline, at everything, and leading other sheep to the end. And then I woke up to the fact that everything is a projection of my internal vibrational state. And then I thought, I don't want to go back out there. You can't make me. Fuck you. You can't make me go back out there.
Holy crap! I can't even believe what just transpired last night. Okay, go on.
Now I'm realizing that to know yourself, you have to accept yourself, and then you can become the creator. And I was resisting what I was internally projecting by trying to stay on the inside as if that's the only thing, but that's not balanced in dancing with Tao, which means
it's not the sixth energy, right, Lauren?
To be in flow with what's out and what's in order to elevate and transcend, you have to accept what's out, which is but be awake that it's projected from within, so that way you can continue to raise your vibrational state.
Oh my God, this is like almost
too much for me.
Too much for me. The results since yesterday. But paragraph 11 was perfect for you because what does that say? Just what you said.
And that's
your inner vibrational state is blank, zip, bam, boom, shown on the outside world. And if you can't enjoy and step into the outside world, whether it be illusion or not, it's because there's something within yourself that you're not willing to see the beauty.
And that's ultimately the balance, the yin-yang balance.
And you were very imbalanced before. You were all in here.
Once I was all out there, and then I was all in here, and now I'm like instantly balanced.
And more the infinity.
And now it's like
the giving and receiving, the coming and the going, the internalizing and the externalizing.
So now that I'm awake and accepting the illusion and the projection, which I'm currently experiencing with my really great incarnation, to wake up to the through duality into singularity, when something arises that doesn't make you happy, to have the power to sit back in awareness and let that adverse or uncomfortable experience to flow through, so you can continue to move on into the creation you most desire, is how you do it. Hello, Chantel.
Okay, so if you guys want to know if my modality really works, look at his videos prior to today.
I was completely inward. The truth was the same, but
the truth is the same. The knowledge is the same. His internalized, all his information is correct and the same, but he has a sparkle now. His eyes are actually sparkling. His personality is sparkling, and you might even see a spark from his smile. You very rarely saw a smile from him. The proof is in the pudding. In this case, in Caleb.
Or the lack of pudding if you're trying to increase your
Oh my
your
freaking
BMI
Lord.
and
This
lower
is
your
so
body
beautiful.
fat.
This is so beautiful for me to witness. Seriously, you guys. Oh my God.
Oh my gosh. Oh my
Thank-
gosh.
thank you.
That's what Han says. Oh my gosh.
Thank you very much, Lauren, for joining us. And we see Chantel. Chantel, you can say something if you want. We see you there. Chantel is my daughter and obviously Caleb's sister.
Biological blood sister, but ultimately family doesn't even make you family. It's experiences and those that are there for you throughout life makes family.
All right. Your modality works. Do you not see a difference today? Holy SHIT, holy diarrhea. He had to have it. It's almost like he had a 24-hour diarrhea episode where he's released everything and now he is alive.
Actually, when I was in Vietnam...
There's a difference between knowing the knowledge and being the knowledge, right, Lauren? Knowing the energy or being the energy. Holy SHIT. Okay, go on. Wrap it up.
Holy balls.
I don't want to bore anyone.
So, actually, talking about diarrhea, when I was in Vietnam, oh my gosh, I don't know if it was the food, but traveling from, like, hopping trains to getting to Singapore, like, 3-hour, like, adventure rides, I had diarrhea, and had to run through, like, the bus station. It was the worst, because you never know when it's going to come, and you're trying to make your way through different stations and buses and planes, and good Lord, you're afraid to eat anything, but you're hungry. But... yeah, everybody knows how it goes, and you just want to stay home.
And thank you again.
2 feet from the toilet.
And thank you again, Lauren, for being one of my practice people. It has gotten more refined and better since then, so that's really cool. Even though I loved yours, I felt a lot emotionally when I was working on your energy. But after actually I started getting more past life, but not that always happens. It's only if it's an interfering energy in this life blocking your expression, your divine imprint. With you, I think whatever you were going through was from this specific life, which, holy shit, that was enough to deal with.
I have a
without bringing on energies from other lives.
I have a vision of a tribal uniting. What would you...
Unification?
Unification reunion, where all of... we all come together and we have a big party. And it will be great because it's like the outcasts coming together. The more of an outcast...
You know what it is? It's like the island of misfit toys. That's all I ever think of is like... I belong on the island of misfit toys, and that's why I love that.
Island of misfit toys?
But yeah, it's not that we're misfits. It's that we have connected to our individuality, and we aren't trying to be part of the collective, everyone trying to fit in, everyone trying to look the same, everyone trying to go through their 9-to-5 jobs or do whatever's expected. The island of misfit toys is the place to live because they are individual and who they are, and it shows on them.
And you know, the more of an outcast somebody is, the more I actually like them, because that means the more of an outcast you are,
which was yesterday's chapter.
The more you've come into accepting yourself and who you are, and that you don't need anybody else, and that you ultimately have the courage to stand alone. And the only one that you only feel the only person that's out of place is the one that feels out of place. And I got that from an old coworker.
It's true.
Johnny Barone said that. So as we were out at company lunch, and just standing over there with my beer, because we'd have beers on lunch every day, which was great team bonding. And someone said, why you feel out of place over there? And Johnny stepped in and said the only person that is out of place is the one that feels out of place, because I actually felt very comfortable just observing my entire projection really before I knew it was my projection, and I was just super comfortable and enjoying myself standing in my own power.
So you were standing in your power and you were standing in your energy then.
Stand in your own power for Christ's sake.
All right, guys, so we'll wrap up 11. It was a fun chat. Thank you for being engaging, Lauren, and maybe we'll see you.
And Lauren, for the crown chakra, eat those blue and purple fruits.
And grounding. Actually, for the crown chakra, you actually want to ground more, so you actually would want some root foods, correct? Roots, anything anything red or that grow into the ground with roots, carrots, turnips, beets.
And when you
inside stuff.
Yeah, where's the one?
Lettuce.
Where do you see like all the You had a card that showed, I think on the back of each one, right? So, also, when you wake up to the fact that we are energy beings, and you look at the chakras, and then you eat according to the chakra colors, eating healthy becomes a lot more fun.
So if you eat, though, to the top chakra, that would be more to open it up and activate it. But she's got a lot of energy going on up there. Same with me, feeling more spacey and loopy. So I would want to ground that into Mother Earth and have more of those colors.
And that's why they say, the solar plexus,
Grapes.
ultimately, you want to have, like, lemon water in the morning, the bananas, the heart chakra,
She's had a few bananas already.
Lots of all the greens for the heart chakra.
For the solar plexus too, that was
yeah,
good.
since they're both right there. And then so your kale, your broccoli, your celery, your
I find
cucumbers.
Movement outdoors with my feet on the ground in nature help to stabilize.
But right now we're talking about eating according to the colors,
okay.
the chakra colors. So.
All right.
Yeah, it's pretty easy. Look at your chakra chart and then eat single ingredient foods from Mother Earth according to there. Try to get some of all the colors in each day, and you'll see your entire experience
and
each and every day.
Where would chocolate fall into this?
Chocolate doesn't fall into that.
Okay.
So no more chocolate for you.
All right.
All right.
Love you. Thank you for joining us.
Love light.